Hi everyone, my name is Romina. I'm an actor and a puppeteer, and I actually trained with the Chichester Festival Youth Theatre, and I'm here today to give you a quick introduction to puppetry and show you how you can make any object in your house into a puppet, so hopefully give you a little fun task to do during this lockdown. So first of all, you will need 3 items, so if after I've told you what to go get, pause the video and then you can run around your house, give yourself 30 seconds to go find these 3 objects. So first of all, you're going to need a scrap of paper, maybe a recycled newspaper or something like that, just any sheet, it doesn't matter what size. Then you're going to need a hard object. So I've got a deodorant can today, but that could be anything. It could be a mug, a bottle, just something solid. And then your third, or a shoe is quite a good one. Third object is a soft object, so maybe an old toy, or it could even be a jumper or a t-shirt or something that's just got a little bit more movement into it. So pause the video and go give yourself 30 seconds, don't think about it too hard, and go and find your 3 objects. Great, now you have those 3 objects. Take your piece of paper and we're just going to do a really quick scrunch. So just scrunch it once, however you like, and just leave it. Again, don't worry about it too much. This is just sort of the first introduction. Now, what you're going to want to do is have your hands on it in 2 different places. One to sort of have it solid down onto the table, and your other hand to sort of give it a little head or something. I don't know if you can quite see there. There. Nice. Okay. So here we have our first puppet. Just a scrunchable up piece of paper. Very simple. So, I'm going to teach you the 3 main rules today of puppetry, and the first one being breath. Now, when an actor walks out on stage, we as an audience immediately know that the actor is alive, unless they're being carried on stage on a stretcher or something like that. But when a puppet walks onto stage, our job as puppeteers is to immediately tell the audience that we're not just bringing on a piece of set, we're bringing on a character, and it's alive and breathing, and it might be an animal or a human or whatever the puppet is, a creature. So breath is the main important factor when we're trying to get the audience to believe that our puppet is alive and breathing. So just put your hands on your puppet again, and one for the head and one to hold it down onto the ground, and just have a play with how you might make this piece of paper come alive and breathe. So just give yourself 30 seconds to just have a little play with the breath. Nice. Now, once you've done that, you can pause the video at any point and just keep playing if you want to keep having a go at anything. But otherwise, I'm going to keep racing through so you can do this in your own time, in your own homes. Great. So that was breath. Now, breath can also be a great storytelling tool. So it can also show emotion. So if our puppet is scared, maybe the breath will be a bit fast-paced, so it might be a bit like or if it was really happy, it might be quite a jolly kind of like breath. So it can tell loads of story and emotion. It can also show the physical state of the puppet. So maybe if our puppet has just gone for a really long run, it will be really out of breath, and we can show that. Or if it's just woken up in the morning, it's really tired with a yawn and that kind of breath. So again, it can show its emotions and its physical state. So again, I want you to just pause the video, give yourself 30 seconds to play around with a couple of different emotions. Go with, try show that it's sad, try show that it's really tired, and then try and show that it's really scared and it's just run a long way. So yeah, pause, have a little play with those 3 things, and then come back. Great. Now you've done that, move on to our second rule of puppetry, and that is focus and eyeline. Let's call it eyeline. So the eyeline of the puppet is really important because that can start to show our puppet's brain and its thoughts, and again, great storytelling tool. So again, grab hold of your paper puppet creature and just decide where on the piece of paper the eyes might be. So it can be anywhere, it doesn't have to be, again, this is just a scrunched up piece of paper, so maybe the eyes are on its feet or something like that. So you can be creative however you want. And then just have a go at making your puppet maybe look left and right, up and down. Just have a little play and a little investigate about really thinking about where the puppet's eyes are. Nice. Now that you've done that, I'm going to tell you that it's also really important to worry about the puppeteer's eyeline and the puppeteer's focus. So our jobs as puppeteers is to disappear and to not draw focus away from our puppet. And it's our job to make the audience watch the puppet and watch what they're telling the story. So it is very important that we are always focused on the puppet. For example, if I was to be looking over it, the puppet was looking over here, and then suddenly I take my eyes off it, start to look over there, the audience is probably naturally drawn to look at where I'm looking. Often puppeteers are much bigger than their puppet that they're puppeteering, so, or sometimes you've got 3 or 4 puppeteers even around your puppet, so you don't want, it's really, really important to not draw focus, basically. So yeah, make sure that your eyes are always on the puppet. You have to then engage your periphery vision. So periphery vision is everything that you can see in your eye line around you, but without directly looking at it. So a little test for your peripheral vision is if you take your arms out to the sides, keep looking straight forwards, take them a little bit behind you, and then look straight forwards, bring your arms a little bit forwards until you can start to see your fingers moving in your periphery vision. So I can see them about there now. Nice. And then if you take them up to the top and continue, and then bring them forwards a little bit, and then just see when you can start to notice them. So you can see a lot of movement without actually looking directly at it. So that's really important as well as a puppeteer, especially when you're negotiating yourselves around a stage, maybe during a dance number, you know, and you're having to move around the stage with your 3 other puppeteers and around all the other actors. And also, obviously, very obvious one, don't want to fall off the front of the stage either. That wouldn't be very good. So yes, eyeline is very important. Great, so that's number 2. And number 3 is weight. Now weight is very important because it allows your puppet to have believable movement, and it starts to give them some muscles and a skeleton, and you start to really believe that it is alive and makes it very realistic. So for example, if you were going to make your puppet jump, it wouldn't just sort of float up and float down. That's not very believable, but if you started to give it a little bit of weight and muscles, then it starts to become a bit more believable. So again, have a play, pause the video, use your creature, give it a, move it around, see how it moves, maybe give it a few jumps or a little hop, and really start to give the puppet some weight and some muscles. So yeah. Nice. Now that you've done that, we can say goodbye to our lovely, wonderful, beautiful creature puppets. That was just a really quick way of showing you the 3 main rules. So we have breath, eyeline and weight. Now we can play with some other objects. So moving on to our hard object, so whether that be a fork or a book or whatever you've got, place it on your table in front of you, and we're just going to have a play at how this puppet might move around the space. So again, think of the focus. Make sure you draw your focus into your puppet. Wonder about where its eyes are, where's its eye line. And then how it might move around. It might shuffle, it might roll. However you want to play with this hard object, just have fun. Now, with a hard object, it is harder to show the breath because there's no nothing to compress in there, but it's still a possible thing, obviously, but it's maybe more through your volume, so you want to really hear the breath. Hear it more than see it, I would say, with harder objects. Nice. So yeah, again, pause the video if you want to keep playing with this object, if you found a nice little character for it. Otherwise, we're going to move on to our third object and final object now, which is something that's a little bit easier to puppeteer. I just wanted to throw in the hard object there just to show you that it really doesn't have to be something so malleable to also give it a character. So yeah, and now you've got your cuddly toy, or if you've got a t-shirt or something and you want to scrunch it, again, find where its head is and its eyes. On this one, obviously, it's very obvious because it has eyes. So yeah, and then just, again, maybe start with a breath this time. How can you show the breath? Have a little explore. Nice. So yeah, remembering your focus. Again, try the jump test with this one. So yeah, hopefully that was a nice little introduction, very fast, whizzing all the way through that, but hopefully that's given you a nice little introduction to puppetry. You've got your three main rules again, so you've got breath, eyeline and weight. So yeah, have a play, pick up any object in your house if you're feeling a little bit down and you want to be a little bit creative that day, and just have a play with any object in your house, bringing it alive. So hopefully you can create theatre in your individual homes, maybe if that's when you're just chopping vegetables and you start to bring your dinner to life. But yeah, hope you're all staying safe and healthy and happy, and thank you for joining me today.